Good morning, gentlemen. We are on day one of doing the new channel. And it's kind of a day one and a reset. I've been kind of on the road for a few weeks, lost track, lost my discipline, came off my schedule, kind of everything got a little funky on me. So I'm restarting, and it's a good time to go ahead and restart while I'm starting the channel, do it all at once. So I still haven't figured out what kind of format I'm going to go with in the mornings for these morning shows. I'm probably going to do them around 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. for 30 minutes to an hour. I haven't yet figured out the format. That I'm going to work on that over the next week or so. I'll also upgrade my mic system. I had my nice camera set up, but the battery died on me. I had went on live for about 6 seconds and the battery died, so that's my fault. I didn't charge it, and I pulled it out for this, and it's going to be a much nicer camera here coming soon, and we will have a much better broadcast at that point. So let's see here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check the news. Let's see if anything cool has happened. Well, not cool, but let's see if there's anything breaking in the news that I need to know about this morning. Unless it's some kind of craziness, I'm probably not going to pay much attention to it. All right, so it says, I'm just going through, gosh. No, I don't want to give you permission for location and everything. All right, Senate Republicans develop new funding plan to end historic government shutdown. Okay, well, are the Democrats going to vote yes or no? Because the Republicans have brought up, I believe, 13 different times to turn our government back on prior spending levels under the Biden administration. And the Democrats are not opening the government. So you have all these people who are complaining about everything going on right now with the government shutdown and SNAP benefits and all those good things. And the Republicans have tried to at least fund the government to stop and prevent all that multiple times now. And the Democrats are not signing on it. They're not approving it. And it's the same thing that's been going on for weeks now. I think we're on, day 35, 36, something like that, maybe even more at this point. And these are previous, remember, people, these are the previous spending levels that were already passed by the Democrats in the past. So I don't know what's going on there, whatever. I hope they get their crap together, because it's ridiculous that we have these people up in Washington, D.C., making tons of money compared to the average American, getting their stocks soaring through the roof while they're in office. We're paying for them, and they can't get anything done at all. It's a mess. And, I've expressed some desire to work my way into politics here soon, and we will see what happens with that. I don't know. I'm not really seeing anything too interesting in the news right now that's grabbing my attention. Florida sheriff invites NYPD officers to join his department after the Mamdani win in New York City. That's interesting. Being a person from Florida, there's already a lot of New Yorkers there during the winter. That'll be interesting to, I can tell you, I live now in the kind of San Antonio, Austin area, and California over the last 5 years has really, really flooded this area. And I know the economic and infrastructural traumas that we have faced from it. Now, there's positives and there's negatives that have come from it. However, for the most part, it has been a lot of growing pains for many people. So I'm curious to see what will happen in the state of Florida for that. All right, I don't really see anything else that I'm too interested in looking at right now on the news. So we're going to move on to what happened yesterday at work. Hold on one second. So yesterday, like I said in yesterday's episode, I am a professional bounty hunter by trade. I spent 24 years working for the government, various from local to federal entities, and got into the bail bond business in mid to late 2022 and ended up leaving government work. So now that is my main job. Yesterday, we had a takedown operation that worked out really well. I'm gonna make a short video for this channel later tonight, as well as bring a full-length episode back to Lone Star Fugitive Hunters YouTube. Make sure to check that out. So that's coming. What happened yesterday, and it's kind of an interesting story. So last week, we had a big case on somebody. I want to say she was a $60,000 bond, which is a fairly okay large bond for this area. They get much larger, but we typically don't see a lot of you see a lot of smaller bonds, especially coming out of places like Austin and that whole general area, because the courts are a little more lenient on people there, a little more liberal. So we had her on a $60,000 case. Last week, before we ended up going to Dallas, we were chasing her around a little place called Divine, which is about 45 minutes south of San Antonio, 30 to 45 minutes. We had information that she was staying in a camper, an RV camper on a campground there in Divine. Long story short, the operation that we had planned the other day did not work out well. She ended up escaping mainly because we were not able to get inside the RV park. In the state of Texas, we don't have the ability to force entry into locations like bounty hunters do in other states. In the state of Texas, that's prohibited. So the particular RV park she was at was walled. It had a fence, had cameras, signs saying no trespassing, all those good things. So we were not going to be able to get on the property. And we knew that somebody had come to her camper and were supposed to take her to the store. So we sat there and waited for a long time, and nothing happened. We didn't see any movement. And we finally got a little impatient, I guess you'd say. I should have been a little bit more patient with it. And I ended up calling the manager of the RV park. And typically when we do that, we don't have too many problems. Most of these people that run the parks, especially if they're nicer parks like this one, they don't want problems in their parks, so they're usually pretty cooperative with us. This guy was absolutely not cooperative at all. He said, "No, you're not coming in," and he then went and warned her that we were in the area looking for her, and she left in the truck that we knew was there. And they evaded us in that truck. So obviously we're bounty hunters. We don't have police authority. We have arrest authority, but not police authority, so we can't make a traffic stop. Lose the truck and kind of get frustrated with the whole thing at that point. Well, fast forward till yesterday, we get more information that she is in a Motel 6 parking lot. I'm sorry, not a parking lot, but a room at Motel 6. Trying to get this set up right the way I want it. Now that I don't have my other camera on, I have to use this camera, and it makes things, I had to change things up. So the good thing about hotels, and it's interesting when it comes to hotels, because police need a search warrant for most situations to go inside of a hotel room. However, the manager or anybody that is appointed by the manager of whatever sort, whether it be a security guard or a cleaning lady, may enter a room if they believe that there is criminal activity or dangerous activity going on at any time. I can't remember the Supreme Court ruling on that. I will pull it up for people in the future if you are curious. However, we have the ability to go into the rooms because as long as the management says, hey, I want you to go in there and get them out, we are being appointed by the manager on their behalf to remove them for criminal activity, suspected criminal activity. So we are able to get in these rooms easily when they go to a hotel. And she was in a hotel room. We got there. We confirmed once we showed him that we had the arrest authority in a warrant. We confirmed that she was there. We have our methods to do that. And we went up and got her. It was easy. She was there with a dog. She had been there since the day she fled from us. But we were able to finally get her. It worked out well. It's going to be, I'm going to mix a couple of videos, like I said, for this channel later today, because I'm sure a lot of you are going to be interested in the fact that I do bounty hunting. And some of you may be interested in the fact that my past. Some of you may be interested in my tech business and in fitness and all the stuff that I'm doing to build myself, and we're going to do it together. So that was yesterday. I hope to show you a video on it. Today, I'm excited. So we do this thing called Tac Fit, and it's I guess you would say it's similar to doing CrossFit. However, it's more tactical based, more functional based. We don't care about time. It's not about that. It's about putting out effort and finishing the mission, like the workout set, which is simulate certain things in a tactical sense. And a lot of times we'll wear body armor and we'll use simulation firearms for our Tac Fit. We haven't worked out in like three weeks or so because I was on the road and things were just getting in the way. But today, we are going back at it again with a new set. We're going back to doing stuff outside again because the weather's cooling down here in Texas. I'm pretty excited about that. We're going to do a cool workout. Let me see if I can kind of tell you guys what today's. So we do different types of workouts. We work out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday and Wednesday is focused on in a gym. It's weight training. And then Friday is more of like the Tac Fit outside realistic type stuff. So round one, we are doing burpee station. So what I do is I set up 4 cones. You sprint to the first cone, you do a burpee. You sprint to the next cone, do a burpee. All the way up to 4 and come back and do the same thing. Then we got dummy squats. We got a dummy that weighs probably 125, 130 pounds, somewhere in that range. It's a jiu-jitsu dummy I filled with a ton of old clothes. It worked out really well. And that is going to be that is going to be heavier soon. We actually put a plate carrier on it too, but with steel plates, so we get that extra like 15, 20 pounds. But we're going to add more weight to it soon, and we're going to do that. So you do dummy squats, and then you drag the dummy while shooting a target, simulating that you're rescuing your buddy for a certain distance. Then we have a 350-pound tractor tire. We are doing hammer swings on that. Then a dummy drag back to where it originally was. Dummy squats again, and then the burpees again. That's round one. Kind of simulates stuff like jumping fences, crawling, dragging your buddy after being shot, that kind of stuff. Oh, there's kettlebell swings in there too. The next round is just push-up sprints and then kettlebell swings with ending it with shooting a target. So you stress yourself out, you get your heart rate really high, you get yourself weak, your muscles weak, and then you got to shoot accurately. Then we do the same thing but sit-ups and sprints. Then we flip the tire, do dumbbell curls, and then shoot. So different types of workouts ending with shooting. And the last one is push-ups, sandbag clean and snatches. So I got a sandbag. It's about 125 pounds. I got to go today to actually fill the sandbag because it's brand new. So I got to go get beach sand from Lowe's or Home Depot. Then once you're done doing your snatches, you hold the sandbag, whether you put it on your shoulder, behind your back, whatever you want to do, and you sprint around these cones in this kind of like slalom pattern. Sprint back, farmer carry sprints with weights, kettlebell swings, a sandbag run again, and then you shoot. So that is today's 4 rounds. I'm really excited to do it. It's been a few weeks. I feel like I'm out of shape all of a sudden. You know, I've been in pretty good shape, pretty disciplined. Yesterday I went out on my walk. I did not do that this morning because I knew that we were doing a pretty hefty tack fit today, and I didn't want to get any I didn't want to stress out my knees or anything like that, so I have some pretty serious injuries in the past. So that is the fitness news. We're probably going to film some of that stuff so you guys can see how I do that, what we do for Tack Fit. It's an awesome way to get fit, especially for guys our age. If you're over, even if you're in your 20s, we usually run circles around the guys that come in their 20s, and they a lot of times they can't even keep up with us, and they don't come back. So it's a really good workout, and I probably will start sharing this workout with you guys later on. Oh, hold on. I'm just making sure it's working. All right, it is working. So I'll probably start sharing those workouts with you guys throughout the months. We change it up every single month, and I'll share that on social media. I'm going to start an Instagram. I'm going to start a Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff for this channel over the next week or two. I'm going to get it set up properly so that this becomes a real channel and start getting people to watch. Now, also, while we're talking about it, if you want to hear content of what it's like to be a bounty hunter, to be in your middle ages, I guess you'd say. Anybody over the age of 30 would probably associate with my channel pretty well, and younger guys too, because we need to start encouraging you guys to be more gentlemanly and take responsibility and all that kind of stuff. But if you're interested in kind of the best way to say it is it's about as close of a life to 007, James Bond that you can get without being like MI6 or something, government kind of work. Those days are over for me. But, I get paid to travel around and spy on people and be covert and do kind of cool stuff and take people down, and it's a really interesting life, and I'm a bachelor, so I get to travel and meet women and go out to cool places and do neat things, and we're gonna do it together. And I'm planning a trip, I think, soon. I've got to get my passport renewed. Probably gonna either take a cruise or fly to Cozumel, and then I'm debating going somewhere like Romania or somewhere in that region. I spent a lot of time over there in the Balkans, and I love it over there, and the women are absolutely beautiful. So I would like to return, and that's what we're going to do. So let's see. Hamilton watches. So, this channel was originally started on watches. It's interesting how it kind of happened for me, but I had made a video kind of making fun of Watch Gang because I was really unhappy with how they were acting towards people. They started out in the right mindset, I think. Micro brands, decent watches like Seikos and stuff along those lines. And then they decided to change the way they do things. And I made videos after that because I felt that they were taking advantage of people by not being completely honest and open about what it is that they do with their watches. So that got the channel kind of viral at first with the Watch Gang videos. I wouldn't say viral, but tens of thousands of views. And I kind of left it alone, and I'm regretting that. I probably should have moved forward because I've become kind of a watch nerd, and it was something that people liked. So today's watch is a Hamilton Khaki King 2, I think. I think it's 2. Hamilton is a very respected Swiss watch, has its origins in the United States. The Hamilton Khaki has been around forever. It's a field watch style. The Khaki King is interesting because you could kind of dress it up to be a dress watch, on a steel band or on leather, or you can wear it as a well-capable field watch. So what's kind of interesting about watches in I kind of wear watches that have history about them, and whether it be went to the moon or have a history in like some kind of special operations and covert work. There's a channel called Watches of Espionage that is really, really good channel. Kind of explains a lot about that kind of stuff with watches. So let's take a look at what we got for Hamilton. So Hamilton, sketchy watches are watches that are known to be involved in stuff with things like special operations, CIA, those kind of things. I'm trying to get the window to pop up for this. Let me know if it's working or not. I don't know what is going on with my OBS. It didn't update, and now when I try to bring up a website, it's not working properly for some reason. So I got to figure out what's going on with that. Let me see. Oh, here we go. I got you. We should be good soon. Hey, I got it. All right, so Hamilton watches. We're going to look at the history of Hamilton watches. We're going to talk about whether or not they're sketchy. Sketchy meaning they were involved in some good history within the military, covert work, CIA, government, police. What is their history? So if you look here, the history of Hamilton watches, according to the Unique Watches blog, is intricately linked to military service. From their deployments in World War I to their continued use in modern military operations, Hamilton watches have consistently met the rigorous demands of armed forces across the world. Throughout World War II, they made significant advancements in timekeeping and became reputable amongst the soldiers around the world. There's a lot of Cold War examples of these, according to this. So let's see. Hamilton watches were adopted by the United States Army for their accuracy, robust construction, and reliability in chaotic battle conditions. Here it actually talks about the Hamilton khaki field. Iconic models like the Hamilton khaki field are designed for operational efficiency, known for their durability, precision, and historical ties to military use. Let's go down here and see what their World War I history is. Hamilton watches played a crucial role in World War I, serving as reliable timepieces for soldiers who required precision and durability in the field. Hamilton watches was established in 1892 and quickly gained a reputation for crafting high-quality watches. By the early 1900s, Hamilton began to focus on producing timepieces specifically designed for military use. They're very, very good, well-known field watches for military use. That continued into World War II. They were trusted in both. Cold War, same thing. Let's see if there's anything. All right, Hamilton watches continue to play a crucial role in modern military operations, providing service members with reliable timekeeping and durability in demanding environments. Their robust construction ensures that they can withstand harsh conditions, including extreme temperatures, moisture, and shock. The innovative designs incorporate advanced features suited for tactical applications, such as luminous dials for visibility in low-light situations. Military personnel often rely on precision timekeeping for coordination and synchronization of missions, making the accuracy of Hamilton watches indispensable. So, Hamilton Khaki Field King is actually popping up right here on the Amazon link on the bottom. That is the exact watch I have on. It's showing here at a price right now of $795. So if you are into cool watches that have a good history with the military or doing sketchy things, I highly recommend Hamilton. Like I said, I'm wearing the Khaki King 2 right now, which was just listed on Amazon at $7.95. Fantastic watch. I will, of course, I'm sorry my good camera is down right now. It'll be back up for tomorrow's episode, and we will discuss watches better, and I'll have probably produce little videos to pull up while we are discussing them. So, watch of the day, Hamilton Khaki King 2 with a black dial. And I am wearing the stainless oyster band that comes with the Hamilton. I previously had it on a leather NATO pass-through in brown, and I changed it back to the steel. I think I like the steel better. All right, so just like yesterday, we're going to end this show with me giving a motivational speech that I wrote with the assistance of ChatGPT. And we will do probably an episode on how I use ChatGPT on many different things and many different levels. So let's do this. You want success? You want respect? You want power? Then stop waiting for somebody to hand it to you. Nothing in this life is given to you. Everything worth having must be taken. Not with words, not with wishes, but with action, accountability, and discipline. Every man has two voices inside of him. One says, "You've done enough." The other says, "Get back up. Try again." The weak man listens to comfort. The strong man listens to conviction. Accountability means you hold yourself to the fire when no one else is watching. It's checking your own excuses and burning them alive before they destroy your future. Discipline isn't about doing what is easy. It's about doing what is necessary. The world doesn't owe you anything. No one is going to reward you for trying. The world pays in results, not dreams, not intentions, results. If you want to be great, if you want to lead, if you want to dominate your field, you must learn to suffer with purpose. Because pain is the tax you pay for progress. Every day you waste is a debt you'll pay later with interest. Remember that. With interest. Every missed workout, every late morning, every excuse piles up until you're buried beneath it. Then you'll look around and ask, why not me? The answer is simple. You didn't take it. The men who rise in this world aren't lucky. They're relentless. They don't wait for permission. They don't cry about obstacles. They move through the storm until they reach the sun. You say you want respect? Earn it. You say you want wealth? Build it. You say you want power? Take it. Accountability is your weapon. Discipline is your armor. Pain is your training partner. And the mission? To become the kind of man who doesn't need validation because he knows exactly who he is. The world won't hand you anything. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to make it easy for you. You were born to conquer, not to beg. So stand up, hold the line, and take what is yours. Gentlemen, I hope you like the little speeches I give at the end. It's kind of a motivation thing. I have my ChatGPT write for me every day. And I take what it says, and I listen to certain podcasters and whatever that are trying to build men better. And I take that to heart. I've made a lot of changes over the last 2.5 years and have taken control of my life. And I feel like a lot of people lose sight of their life, and rightfully so, because the world is designed, this matrix, as Andrew Tate calls it, is designed to kind of keep you down, keep you as not a producer. You're a product. You're the product. They keep you down so they can sell you things, keep you unmotivated, keep your attention locked to mindless things that hold you down. Because building wealth, being financially independent, being independent in general is not in their favor. And it's hard to reach. I'm not even there. I'm fighting to get there. But in 2.5 years, I've done a lot of changes in my life. I've become a different person. And a lot of it is discipline. It's what we just talked about in that speech. Taking what you want. Not waiting for the life to give it to you, because life's not going to give it to you. Yes, of course, some people have luck on their side. Some people were born into money and born into power. But I'll tell you what, one thing you'll notice about a lot of people who were born into power and wealth that was not built by them is they don't respect it. They're usually a mess. A lot of times they have vices like drugs, prostitutes, other things like that, because they're not the ones who built that wealth. They're not the ones who built that empire. They're the ones who benefited from it later. Be the kind of man who builds an empire. The kind of man that other men with your same goals want to be around. That's where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to build my body to be stronger, dress nicer, build my wealth. I'm doing that through paying off my debts right now. I had previously went through the Dave Ramsey program years ago and became pretty debt-free. However, the 7 years I was with my ex-girlfriend, I built up some debts. And then again, when we separated, because, separations do that to you. But I'm in a pretty good position as far as earning money. I would say above average for a male in the United States, actually quite a bit above average, which has given me the ability to do an avalanche payment system where I'm paying off debts rapidly, and as that debt gets paid off, and I'm making those extra payments that are planned into that payment or into my budget. Once that debt is paid off, I now roll that payment plus the extra that I was putting in, which is quite a bit, into the next thing, including that thing's payment. And I'm almost done paying off one credit card that started. I think I started with about $8,000 on the credit card. And I'm down to about $1,500 in 3 months, something like that. And once that's done, I have another credit card with about $3,000 on it that I need to attack. And once that's done, I'm probably going to be paying off. I'm debating. I have my Porsche that I drive that is still financed. I still owe a little bit of money on that. I'm not sure if I'm going to pay that off first, or last year I had bought a car for my daughter and financed it and registered under my name. And unbeknownst to me, a particular person, my ex-wife, decided to cancel the insurance on the car without telling me, and my daughter wrecked it. So I'm paying a loan on a car that doesn't exist anymore. So there's two battles to think of there when it comes to that with finances. Battle one, my daughter's car is not building equity at all. It's losing equity, and if anything, it's losing heavily because of the interest. If I continue paying the minimum payments on it, the interest is going to keep going up. Where I could pay it off and get rid of that loan. The other side of this is with the Porsche. I could get that paid off, and there's equity behind it. Especially it's growing equity because it is a first generation Cayman 987.2S, and that is becoming kind of a collector's car at this point because it's the first generation and it's a great car. It's the last generation of the Cayman that actually has all analog controls. It doesn't have, any auto driving features that auto brake or turn or electronic steering, all that kind of stuff. It was the last true analog performance Porsche available. So in mine's, it's a beautiful car. But I kind of want a newer. I want a 911, or I'm thinking about a McLaren, even thinking about an Aston Martin DB9 because I'm a huge fan of, or Vantage, whatever it's called. I'm a huge fan of James Bond, so Aston Martin has a little part of my heart as well. So we'll see what happens. And tomorrow, I should have a better camera. So we'll move forward with this. I'm going to keep making these episodes in the mornings, about an hour long, and then I'll start making maybe 1 or 2 videos per week regarding what I did throughout the week, bounty hunting, fitness-wise, maybe a watch review, stuff like that. So subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. Check out Lone Star Fugitive Hunters on YouTube as well. And everybody have a good one. Guys, gentlemen, I'm going to find a way to sign off. I'm going to find a sign off here soon. But gentlemen, have a good day.